Rakesh sir, have you joined?
Yes, sir. I have joined, sir.
Oh, DPC. Okay.
I'll
So I
just.
will make you as a host, co-host. Jayaprakash, please start introduction of the speaker.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, in this session, we have an expert from industry. So, he will be giving insight about this 3D printing and design for academicians and entrepreneurship. So, before handing over the session to him, I would like to introduce him. Mr. Rakesh has completed his bachelor's in mechanical engineering and master's in advanced manufacturing system, and also completed his MBA in international business. Currently, he is pursuing his doctoral studies from Yale University. Presently, he is working with VSD 3D Enterprises Hyderabad as a national manager. Previously, he worked with Design Tech Systems Hyderabad, and prior to that, he was working from Think 3D's head office in Hyderabad, has dealt with various customers from various backgrounds across the country. It's related to educational institutions or MNCs in architectural or medical field. In Think 3D, he had played a very vital role in expanding the company in various locations across India. Mr. Rakesh has immense experience in experimenting with the various 3D printing technology and sharing best of knowledge to the clients and providing solutions in 3D printing and reverse engineering support to customers in automobile, manufacturing, medical, and architectural fields. Mr. Rakesh has delivered more than 100 seminars on awareness of 3D printing and 3D scanning technology, and also has an industrial resource person for many colleges across the country. So I welcome you, Mr. Rakesh. Now I'm handing over the session to you. You can share the screen and you can start.
Yeah. Thank you, Jayaprakash, sir. Thank you very much for my introduction. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are clearly audible.
Give me a second. I'll just share my screen. My screen is visible, sir.
Yes, clearly visible. You can make it full screen in slide mode.
No, sir.
Yeah, perfect.
So thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your invitation from SR University. Special thanks to coordinator, sir, and also special thanks to Samay, sir. I know him well. He was one who was having the 3D printer at your SR University. Early in the early, only 2015 only they have purchased 3D printer there. So 3D printing is a new, it's not a old technology, it's a new technology for SR University, but all the participants, because it is a ACT workshop, I'd like to give you the session completely on DIY printers, the topics which I was given by your coordinators. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir, Jayaprakash sir, and also Yogesh sir. So thank you. So I'll start the session, sir. Shall I start the session?
Yes, please start.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe any interruption between the session, maybe power losses or something, can just give me a call, sir, on my mobile. Because
sure.
just for 2 minutes they may be break because of generator and these things. Okay.
Okay, sir, no problem. We'll call to you.
Yeah. Sure. Thanks, participants. I guess all participants have joined, so I can move ahead for this. So maybe I don't know how many which sessions are completed. All sessions might be a good sessions from different expert speakers across the domain of 3D printing. But 3D printing, we have to understand it. But try to understand it is not a rocket science. It is a simple thing. So this 3D printing, all talk about 3D printers, but today I'll be talking about the printers which can be built by ourselves. So in this perspective, my session for another 1.5 hours will be going through with few things, like first and foremost, how a 3D printer can be built and what are the spare parts that we can what spare parts that we can manufacture and what we can get it from the market and how we can assemble step by step. So like this, we have a 40-50 slides, so one by one slide, and finally the machine will be assembled. And also in the last, I will try to give you a time-lapse video to make you learn about how it has been completed. So there are so many printers across in industry where 3D printers are being manufactured by big companies, and all big companies, their prices will be more. But coming to this 3D printers, when you manufacture certain printer, they have a few what I can say, the properties related activities, and each part has its own role to play in the printer. So like this, there are so many each part's role play will be there in the printer. So like this, lot of things will be there. So DIY is do it by yourself. Do it by yourself is the meaning of DIY. How to build a DIY printer is the concept today, which I am going to discuss. So to continue, so we hope my screen is visible to all. So in this Prusa Mendel i3 rework assembly instructions, this is a Prusa i3 printer which I am going to show step-by-step procedure today, so that you can manufacture by yourself, and you can directly manufacture it. And this is a very simple procedure. Few things have to be manufactured from one of the other printer and other 3D printer, and few of the rods or polishing, whatever you are seeing there, those can be manufactured through our CNC or cutting machines or lathe machines. There are some frameworks which we have to manufacture. So in this session, whatever the picture we are seeing right now, it will be the final outcome which we will be manufacturing. So guys, this is a very slow process. It is not like and the interaction. What we do, we have to get the parts in, we take the parts and then we assemble it, and each assembly will have its own importance in the system, in the 3D printer system. So step by step procedures, try to follow with keen lookup. Okay, so just to understand 2D to 3D, you all have seen 2D printers where your HP printer is there. You are printing one Word file. Once you print that Word file, you will get an output. After you get that output, same paper and same Word file, if you print it again, just imagine one more layer of printer will be, one more layer upon layer, one more layer will be increasing. Like that, what happens? So one layer upon layer, layer upon layer, to layer upon layer, layer upon layer to form the object. So the ink layer increases and then it forms the object, right? Same thing, just to see at the left side of the screen, this is Prusa i3. This is the one which we are going to go with step-by-step procedure to make you more understand very clearly. You will be having, see here, this is X axis, violet color, blue axis is y-axis, z-axis is light green color. So these three axes, the simple phenomena in this 3D printers is first and foremost X, Y, Z axes. Three axes we have to build, and three axes to be connected to three motors: X-axis NEMA motor, Y-axis NEMA motor, Z-axis NEMA motor. So three NEMA motors will be there. Three NEMA motors, and then after this, there will be one more extruder motor, that is material extruder motor. That material extruder motor is called one more fourth extruder motor, which will be taking the material into the nozzle. If you see in the screen, in the when my mouse is moving from the
Carry on, sir.
material will be,
Carry on, sir. Carry on. I have muted.
yeah. So once one wire raw material will be inserted into the nozzle side, this motor pushes the material. Once the material is this, material will be pushing like this, and then it will be forming the object. So there are X, Y, Z axes, three axes I'm talking about, and fourth axis is the extruder motor. And then all these axes, whatever I'm telling, X, Y, Z, and extruder motor, fourth motor, all these extruder motors are connected to the connecting rods. In the screen, you can see connecting rods are there, connecting rods. All these connecting rods and these NEMA motor movements and everything are coordinated to the Arduino motherboard. Arduino motherboard. In the electronics, Arduino motherboard. Arduino motherboard, the material will be these all in combination will be connected to the motherboard. Fine. So X, Y, Z, and also X, Y, Z axis, and each axis has one motor and one extruder motor. All in this combination will be connected to the Arduino motherboard. Okay, fine. So this complete process which I am telling, like X motor or Y motor or Z motor. So in very simple way, we divide these things, whatever the parts I am talking about, we divide them into mechanical parts, electronics parts, and also motion related parts. Motion is like movement related parts. So all these parts in combination, we are going to develop one printer. So like that, we will be finally getting the 3D printer in production. So just to start with, if you see this is a simple Prusa i3 3D printer. See this version of 3D printer is very basic version. Why I have selected this one is, if you understand the basic 3D printer, automatically you can easily understand any 3D printer globally. You see X-axis motor, you see Y-axis motor, you see Z-axis motor, and these axis motors being connected to the motherboard, and you will be having the bearings, and then all this bearing assembly will be connected to the nozzle. So like that, you will be having this sequence. So in this, which the version will be there, the features are, you will be having, means whatever we talk in features and everything, we will be having magma hot end, we will be having idler tensioning systems, and then ideal end stop holder, upgrade extend idler. So like this, there will be certain small parts which will be there. So here you can see again, same screen, X, Y, and then Z, three axes I am talking about. Okay, fine. So just imagine about this, just keep this picture in your mind, because I'll be talking more. I'll be coming back to this picture again and again, because one step-by-step procedure, which part we are manufacturing, you should understand it well. So in this screen which I am sharing, I am going to tell which part right now we are manufacturing. Okay. See, you have some 3D printed parts. What are these 3D printed parts? These parts and these files are available in any of the websites in internet, you can just take the files or type as Prusa i3 print parts to be parts. In that, if you type in Google, you will get all these parts what you are seeing, and these parts can be 3D printed. Automatically, we can 3D print from another 3D printer. So going and manufacturing it in our regular process is not so easy, because this is needs molding, processing, and everything. But if you see, each part has its own role play in the Prusa i3 printer. So if you see, first is carriage. What is this carriage? And second is idler. The third one is end motor. Where are these parts? I'll try to explain you each and every part now in the main printer. Carriageway, where my mouse is moving, that is carriageway. Carriageway part is this part. This part is on the rods of the y-axis or nozzle set axis. You have the carriageway. Next is end idler. What is this end idler? End idler is the one which will be carrying the complete NEMA motors. It will be carrying and it will be moving in and around, left side, right side. And next is end motor. What is this end motor? Means up to a stage it will go, and then this left corner, you see, this is the small part which this plays very crucial role. Okay. And next is Y belt holder and then Y corner. What is this Y belt holder and Y corner? See, you are seeing in the middle of the printer. Anyhow, we are going to go into next step. Just I am briefing you where this part comes in that way. So this is the area, and beneath the printer also we will have this. We will be having this belt holder and also Y corner and also Y motor. So like this. And then next is Y idler and then Z top left and Z top right, like this. In our printer, if you see Z top corners, you are seeing it, these corners, Z top left, top right, and then you have Y idler. Y idler is the one which will be having like at this point. I'll try to show you, because we are going to go for step-by-step procedure. And then we have Z-axis bottom, Z-axis bottom will be here. Z-axis bottom right, left will be there. Okay, like that. And next is Arduino washer. Arduino washer will be there in this internally system. Anyhow, I'll go showing you in the next slides. Like this, these are the parts. Okay, fine. That is the printed parts. So I'm sectioning the complete parts in such a way you will be remembering which parts we have to get. One is 3D printed part. Second one is extruder set part. What is this extruder set part? In this extruder set part, we have certain regularly available parts, and some are the 3D printed parts. 3D printed parts are, that is Wade extruder body. Second one is extruder idler and fan duct, Wade small gear, Wade big gear, and this one. So again, if you see the magma hardened and thermistor and resistor, hopped bolt, and these are regularly available in the market, where you can purchase 8 mm dia, 320 mm, 320 mm, 350 mm, 370 mm smooth rods. If you go and ask, they will be giving you. And also you will be having the threaded rods of M5, 300 mm, 210 mm, and then 380 mm. Like this, the each and every assembly which we talk in this sequence, just this is called bill of material in our regular process, where we set before we manufacture our printer, we set up what all requirements are there. If you come to the next assembly, what are which set of parts which we talk about is, these bearings, couplings, and also ball bearings, NEMA motors, belt, GT pulley, and these are one more set of parts which we manufacture. Not manufacture. We buy these parts, and these parts are required as an assembly system. Has each and every part to be fitted equally. Like this, we have a set of parts which we have to purchase. In regular mechanical market only we will buy, we can get all these parts. So if you see in these parts, nothing is something new you have to buy. Everything is available in the market itself. LM8 UU linear bearings are regularly available. And if you go to the coupling, 5 to 5 couplings are always regularly available. Ball bearings number 624, 608, and NEMA motors, which are regularly available in the market. So like this, you have to purchase these materials also. And next one is heated bed, where your 3D printed component will be 3D printed. So you see, 3D printed head, we have only very few simple binder clips, polyamide tape, thermistors, glass plates, and PCB head heated bed. Like this we have. So these are regularly available parts. And finally, electronic components which are to be bought are RAMs. RAMs is one more electronic circuit board. Atmega 2560 is the motherboard which we have to be ready with, and then steps sticks. These are the step sticks are the ones which control the motherboard. In the motherboard we have this to be printed, and the next is end stoppers. These are the stoppers which stops the printer to moving in the x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. If it is rotating continuously, somebody should stop the motor to stop at one point. So that is end stops or connecting rod, connecting cables, which we need to purchase. And next one is power supply. This is a normal power supply. We take it from regular systems. And next is screws, nuts, and washers. These are regularly mechanical guys knows well about it. These nuts we before we start manufacturing, we keep these nuts ready in step-by-step procedure while we will be taking this usage in our process of manufacturing a small 3D printer. Next one is, this one is aluminum aluminum frame students. Aluminum frame frames. These aluminum frames, these can be purchased directly, or these can be manufactured using lathe or CNC turning machines, where we can take that particular frame and then ask them to design as per our thing. Means they can cut as per our design. They will cut into the cut, and then they get this one done. So like this, aluminum frame, single frame, and then heated bed frame, which we get it from the regular market itself. Fine. So now students, we will it's FDB. Sorry, I'm telling you students. We'll go for regular sequences: y-axis, x-axis, z-axis, and then extruder motor. Sequence slowly we will add. So we will develop, because we are assembling one part by another part, we are going to take it up. See, images, I tried to give you as much quality as possible, but still we have to see this having, I don't know, because it is an image, a PDF file which I have converted into the PDF. I got this like this. So I'll try to show you the images as good as possible. So if you see the images, if you follow the images, you understand what exact part we are working at. Okay, first and foremost is y-axis. Why y-axis is? Y-axis is the one which is bearing all complete 3D printer. So on behind, I have my printer with me. I'll be showing you what is this printer all about, and also I'll try to show you this printer also to you. To make you clearly visible. So first of all, I am talking about this x-axis. Okay, this is x-axis. This x-axis, this is one top-end model. That's why everything is closed here. If you see, there will be one frame beneath. Which is right now we are fitting it up. Okay. On y-axis plate only, we are going to mold our heated bed on it. So if you see, this is the one which right now you are seeing, the y-axis one. This y-axis, how we have built is, they have taken the heated bed mount and also Y-belt holder, and then the linear bearing. So like this, we will be having all three parts. Means this document which I am showing will be taking the all parts which I have discussed from this BOM only. In this, it has taken heated bed, this frame, this heated bed mount we have taken. On that, we have added Y belt holder. Y belt holder is this one. Y belt holder, it is getting fixed. And then you have the Y belt idler also. In this sequence, you can see in this, we have the Y belt holder, and also we have this Y belt access thing, which we will be, fixing it. Okay. First and foremost, frame, on that frame, we have fixed the part. And next, transfers. See, in the printer which I am showing, anyhow, this is bit closer to printer. So this is a semi-assembled printer. Actually, this is called Ender machine, which you are seeing. This will help you out to see, understand better. If you see here, you will be having this motor. This is Y motor. In this Y motor, this is the axis. So here we will be having Y axis will come and touch here. That's it. There will be a end stopper which will be stopping this to stop, not to go beyond this one. So like this. So like this, you will be touching it and then it will be stopping. So this will be end stopper here, and also there will be end stopper here. Two end stoppers will be there for the Y axis. Okay. This is Y, this is X, this is Z. Okay. So like this part which I am talking about, the transverse parts, this transverse part is the one which will be, coming at this level. So just to make you more understanding, I am just going to the next slide. See, we have these black ones which I am showing in the image are already 3D printed. Those parts are readily available. In that readily available, we are just fitting we are just fitting this M4 and M6, M4 nut, and also the 608 ball bearing is being fixed inside this particular part. If you see where this part comes in printer, it will be coming in beneath the printer. Okay, this side you will be getting it. This side you will be getting it. So after this, there is one more. This rods, if you see this, we have multiple rods being developed. So each rod, after this, we are going to get our rods, which I told you now. In these rods, we have smoothed rods and threaded rods, which I have shown you in the BOM. That particular rods will be, inserted into these parts. This idler, and then Y bolt will be tightening it, and then we'll be inserting, and then we'll be fixing this with certain distance of 40 mm. Why 40 mm is, we'll come to know in the next step, because when the printer is moving, it needs to be fixed with this frame also. If that jet frame also is required, so we will be using this rods with certain distance, we will be locking the nuts. Okay. So like this, after that step, we are adding some more parts into it. Some more part is, this is the one which we have discussed in the 3D printed first slides itself. I have shown you these parts. This is the one, Y motor controller. This part, next step we are going to take. First we have taken belt holder. Next is Y corners, we have fixed it. And then Y is idlers, we have fixed. And then now we are fixing the Y motors. And then you see Y motor here beneath. This setup which we have done here is different, and this which we have done is different. You can see this side idlers, and then we have this complete idler. So this one set and this one set, two sets we are talking, not a single set. Okay, what next? So next is, we have to take these rods, and then we have to maintain certain distance. So how we can fix these rods? See, I have given you two particular, in the previous slide you have seen, we have developed two rods that are transverse slots, like it will be in the horizontal directions too. In the two horizontal directions, you have seen, and then these two horizontal directions, some rods will be going on the perpendicular direction. You can see in the sequence 2 here, whatever we have taken in the rods, in these rods, we are now fixing the perpendicular rods, and then these perpendicular rods here, which are developed, first it was developed like this, now we are fitting like this, these two rods. These two rods sets become at the in our left side of the screen. You can see the rods being fitted to the rods being fitted, and finally our frame which was developed on the first line, that is frame beneath the printer which I have shown you previously. This frame which your heated bed is moving, this small frame is beneath, there will be a small frame. That frame we will be, here, this is the frame. This is internally we will be having one frame. This frame is fitted on the complete axis. This is looking bit different printer. This is a semi-assembled printer, which for your understanding, I am showing the printer to make you understand what I am telling. Okay, fine. Y-axis assembly will be looking like this. This is how the complete Y-axis looks at, because this Y-axis is the base area which will be taking the complete load. That's why the Y-axis Y-axis fitting is a bit complicated, and your transverse rods like this or like this, or this rod should be into the exact position, and your parts may get cracked up if your system is not fitted properly. Fine. So this is Y-axis assembly. As I told you, first is X-axis, second is Y-axis, next is Z-axis, and I'm going to integrate each part, and then finally you will get the printer out from that one. So like this, the sequence follows from one stage to the other stage. So like this, if you see the Y-axis, you have already seen. Now this is X-axis. See, X-axis, you have few parts to be assembled. See, what is X-axis in the printer? I am showing you, right? In this printer, we have, this is why we have already shown what is this X-axis. X-axis, how we can control. X-axis, we have first one is X idler, and by X-axis will be having first and foremost is end idlers, because X-axis is the one here the nozzle is moving, right? In this is the one part, this side is one part which will be fixing to the Z-axis. That's why we will be first fitting these two parts, especially the end stops, or else the complete operational carriage, everything will be moving on these carriages only. So that's why we manufacture first whatever we have discussed in the first few slides. There, your complete setup, whatever you are seeing, this complete setup, this complete system, this is the end stopper which you see. So like this, all the systems which were 3D printed, and those 3D printed parts will be, sequenced or fitted together like this. First and foremost, as I told you, this side. First, to follow up, to get back from the sequence, first we have set up our Y-axis. Right now we are setting our X-axis. After we set our X-axis, what next is to be done? See, this is okay. In X-axis, we have our carriage also, where I told you carriage system, this part is fitted to these particular rods. So this carriage system, whatever you are seeing, this carriage system this maybe in that, and this just for your understanding, I am showing through video this system, right? This carriage system is there in X-axis. So in x-axis, we have to fix this carriageway also. This carriageway, if you see, it contains complete carriage and also 4 LM844 linear bearings. See, these linear bearings, anyhow, this system is different, but in this system, this x-axis manufacturing will be like this. As I told you, X end idler, this side of the part, and also X end motor assembly. This side you have motor assembly. That is, this side you will be having the end idler assembly. So motor one side will be there, other side will be idler. So these two, how it will be manufactured is, you can see here, x-axis, these rods, in the first sequence itself I have told you, these rods, and you have to maintain the dimension of 345 mm. In between, we give this carriage system. And why the sequence is given 1, 2, 3 is carriage. After this first end idler assembly is done, then you have to add the carriage. Afterwards, after the carriage, you have to get into the end motor. So these three are sequence in our x-axis sequence, because first, as I told you about x-axis and y-axis also, this sequence has to be followed. And finally, it will be fitted to the system where, anyhow, the frame which we are talking about, the parts will be, the frame will be fitted. Next one is frame will be fitted. In single frame, we will be having x-axis assembly, we will be having z-axis top. So these things, z-axis top and then z-axis bottom. So z-axis top, what is z-axis bottom? In the whatever I am showing, z-axis top is where we have to stop, and next one is z-axis bottom, where the printer has to go down and then it has to come up. So in this system completely, this x-axis, z-axis top and z-axis bottom, these two, which is which z-axis top or z-axis bottom, and these two we fit like this. If you see, like this, it will be looking at. Okay. From left side, we see, don't imagine this is a semi-assembled, as I told you, which I am sequencing is the assembled, simply step-by-step assembly. This is a semi-assembled printer, which I am, for your understanding, I am showing this printer. So these two, right now, rods are fixed. And then Z movement axis, this Z axis motor will be moving this Z axis from top to bottom. So there will be an end idler and also there will be an end stopper. So these two will be connected, and these two, the rods which are there, will be connected in this sequence like this in the Z axis. If you see here, this Z axis, you will be having the coupler assembly. What is this coupler assembly? Just to see, in Z axis, you will be having end stop Z holder, couplings, you have NEMA motors, and also threaded rods, and even we have the screws, nuts, and washers. So Z axis, you may feel this Z axis is very easy, but the most critical thing is Z axis is very tough to handle, because Z axis always because the alignment should be, very parallel or perpendicular. If you see these things, if your coupler or these things, this is 90 degrees, if any of the part is not parallel or perpendicular, the printed parts get cracked up, and then the tension increases inside the parts, and then there is a chance of collapse of the complete printer. That's why y-axis and x-axis easily we can fit, as we don't have much activity going on there. So if you see to the complete Z-axis, you have the perpendicularity and then the parallelity also, both should be checked properly while we are fitting it in a sequence. So if you understand in the Z-axis, you see the video very clearly. One side is end motor assembly, other side is end idler assembly, carriageway, and then this complete is x-axis, this z-axis. While we are fitting, we are taking this coupler. See in this, if you see my hand here, this is coupler. This is coupler. See, the z-axis movement will be happening here. If you do this coupler will be rotated like this. This coupler, whatever you are seeing, coupler, two sides it will be there. Those two couplers are fitted to the complete X carriage. So this carriage, whatever we are seeing, just with this area, this is the Z motor, right? Coupler, and then this one. You see the video here on my screen also here. Like this. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this way, this coupler movement, and then the motor movement. The motor is there here, and then coupler will be here. So these two, in collaboration, will be moving the printer in Z-axis. In complete Z-axis movement will be doing. So this motor, and then the complete Z-axis movement will be happening from here to here. So this motor Z, as I told you, X motor will be there, Y motor will be Z, Z motor will be there. We have continuous motors which will be operated intact to form the 3D printer. So as I told you, once we take the coupler fitting to the motor, so the complete control happens from the motor itself. Even in the X axis or in Y axis, same thing happens. Now, no coupler will be there, but the motor will be connecting to the belt. Belt will be connected to the rods. So same thing, if you see here, this is the belt, this is the motor, which is should be moving. So like this motor movement is controlling the axis. Are you able to see this motor movement, which I am talking about? The axes, the motors will be connected to the belts, and belts will be connected to the motor, will be connected to the belts, and belts will be controlling the axis movement. Okay, how we do this axis movement? Next, what we have to see. Fine. Okay. As I told you, this motor will be connected to the small, what we say, grab screw, and grab screw will be connected to the belt. Like this, it will be connected. So that's why, as I told you, same image. This is the motor. This is the motor, and motor will be having the grab screw. So we fit together. After we fit these two, this will be looking like this. And then these motors, X or Y axis. So each axis I'm telling about now. Y axis, first we have seen the Z axis. Z axis motor we fit. Y axis motor, NEMA motor we fit. And then finally we fit the X axis motor, this motor we fit. This is the one which will be, this is the one which will be controlling the complete movement of this particular axis. So this is the motor which will be, this is extra motor. Don't get confused. This is the motor which will be rotating. So this is the x-axis, which I am showing in the PPT and also the video. Okay. Fine. So this is x-axis, and next one is complete things which we have fitted, x-axis or y-axis and z-axis, these three which we have fitted. Now we are going to keep everything into the frame, and finally the picture will be looking like this. So x-axis, at first a small parts assembly sequence, and then afterwards next part is the motor fitting. So x-axis fitting, y-axis fitting, and then finally we go to the next final frame which we have prepared it. All these three axes will be fitted to the frame. What next we have to do? As I told you, the frame belts will be connected, and those belts will be moving the carriageway, and the motors will be connected to that particular belts. That's why the motion will be there. That's why the x-axis belt will be connected each other, and where the x-axis belt, as I told you, in the this is x-axis belt which will be moving. It is in between. This is as I told you, it's a semi-assembled one. We'll be having it inside of this frame. When you go to the y-axis, we have this. You have this belt moving here. You will have this belt is connected to the motor backside. Okay. Fine. So x-axis you have seen, y-axis motions we are fitting it. Where this y-axis I have shown you, and we will be talking now about the one more bed area. This is the bed. This is the bed. What I am talking about. See, this is a simple combination of 4 to 5 parts actually. 4 to 5 parts. How it will be? Just see the screen here. There will be a glass plate. Beneath the glass plate, we assemble this small thermistors assembly, which will be having these thermistors. What do you see? These thermistors, 2 thermistors, and then Teflon wire. This is the Teflon wire, which we assemble each other beneath the plate like this. You see the heated bed bottom side, front side, upper side. In the bottom side, see here, this is not a way. I guess I can't show you. It will not be visible actually. If you are observing, we will have one yellow color tape. If you are able to see, I don't know, I guess it is very tough to see. There will be yellow color plate. Same setting will be there. Any printer, same setting will be there. Some companies, forwarded companies, will have some less qualitative or qualitative settings will be there. Same thing. If you see this PCB plate will be there. Beneath that, there will be some thermistors. Thermistors which what is the capacity of thermistor is, once you give the temperature, that temperature will be maintained, and there will be a heat sensor. After a stage of temperature like 250 degrees or 100 degrees or 60 degrees, whatever you give as per your material temperature melting points, that particular temperature achieves, the heat sensor stops the current flow, and then it stops that particular line. So like that, this heated assembly will be having this build plate from PCB heat to the bottom side or front side. This will be like this. Okay, this happens in this sequence. So as I told you, X, Y, Z, and then giving the motion to the x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. After taking the z-axis, next one is heat assembly. Heat bed assembly, as I told you, we will be having thermistors, and thermistors will be getting the heat sensor, and also the temperature will be increased. After a temperature increase, it will be cutting off after a certain temperature like 100 degrees or 50 degrees. So like that, we will be like that we will be manufacturing the heat bed. Fine. Everything is ready. What about this nozzle area? What about this nozzle area? This is the heart of 3D printer. The complete system moves around the nozzle only. You see, this one is very sophisticated one. That's why it is looking very smart. Very small one, and it is looking very smart. But if you get into the deep, as I told you, the extruder assembly. See the screen. Extruder assembly. We have the Wade extruder. We have the extruder, idler, fan duct, 3x608 ball bearings, and there is a set of objects which we have to assemble, and it has to be set into a proper line, proper system and proper line. Then only the extruder set will work well. So for this step-by-step procedure, I am now showing you. Basically, this extruder set is a 3D printed complicated part where it will be housing 4 to 5 small parts inside it, like nut or bearing, or we will be using this ball bearings, and also using the washers. We will be using these screws and nuts and everything. Inside it will be housing. So that particular part we can't manufacture using any of the traditional manufacturing, but we use it using this 3D printer. One 3D printer prints this particular part, and this particular part, that is unstable. Is my net coming, sir?
Yes, sir. But it is slow somehow.
I'm stopping the video streaming. I think it is unstable now. So I'll open the video as and when required. If you see this, the complete extruder assembly, whatever we are seeing here, this complete system, this part I am talking about, it is very complicated. We are going to go into a sequence how we are going to take this. See, this part we are going to house so many parts, all parts which you are seeing now in the screen, like Wade extruder and everything. If this part, step-by-step procedure, if you see here, you will be having a ball bearing. This ball bearing is in-housed into this particular part only. So this ball bearing you are in-housing into it. See, in the view which you are seeing, we have multiple parts, right? Just we have assembled few parts. If you see here, Wade big gear in our, I'll just go into the first screens to make you the extruder set assembly printed parts. Right. So just have a glance on which these are the parts which are going to assemble now. Each has there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are the 3D printed parts. Remaining are all are BOM part, means which we are purchasing it. So these parts only now I am manufacturing, means step-by-step procedure we are fixing it. That's it. This part, if you see this screen, first we have assembled this M8 20mm grab screw through a 608 ball bearing, this one. Okay. And next is fix this assembly into the Wade body extruder. Wade body extruder is big one, this one, Wade big extruder. And next one is inside this one, first sequence is we are fitting these things, and second sequence is we are fitting this one, this 3 into 8 mm dia washer, which will be fixing this Wade gear. Actually, what I am talking about, while what I am talking in 1.5 hour is a project of 30 to 40 days. They work step by step procedures, not in a 1 day or 2 days we can do it. This is a cream which we have grabbed, and we have created this document with so much of experience and so much of efforts. We have developed this document. It is not so easy. What I am talking in a 1.5 hour, you can develop this 3D printer. We need to have some patience, and then we need to have that sequence of operations, and also no sequence should go beyond front or back or front. Then your part assembly will not have the good result in final go. That's why even in the extruder also, whatever you are seeing in the screen, it has one sequence after the other sequence. This extruder part is heart of 3D printer. Whatever I talk, heart of 3D printer is nozzle set or extruder set only. So this sequence of fitting plays very crucial role. So this, whatever I'm showing, all BOM I have given, but if you don't follow the sequence one step of the other, it will be disturbing you the assembly in the final run. That's why we suggest you to follow the sequence, and then you get the output in a good way. Fine. So everything we first manufacture the setup like this. Once this setup is ready, we have to mount the extruder motor. Also, we have to mount the fan, which is the manufactured. So it is not a manufactured part of 3D printer. It is a separate housing which we have to do in our major heart of 3D printed part. On that only we have to house these parts. Nozzle set. What is this nozzle set? What this nozzle set will be there? See, left side, if you see in the image, left side you have the cold end where your raw material wire will be moving, and then next is the rod where it will be sequencing the material into a straight line, and next is hot end. Hot end is the where your material or the thermoplastic material which will be melting, and then it will be forming into a liquid stage or a glossy stage, and then that material will be pushed into the nozzle, and then the nozzle will be delivering the material out. So this particular process, who has to push the material? Motor. That's why the motor will be there on the upper side of the system, and then who has to cool the extruder end? That's why the motor will be fixed at this point. That's why once the material is pushed from the top side, this fan will be cooling the extruder hot end to the temperature, and then the nozzle will be extruding the material, and then material will be getting solidified. So this complete setup, finally we fix this hot end and also fan along with the extruder modes. These three are fitted at the end of the sequence, so that the complete internal part will be hosting the complete setup. Apart from this, we need to add this complete setup which you are manufacturing has to be going into the driveway or x-axis driveway. So this x-axis driveway, we have to fit this complete extruder. This complete set of extruder has to be fixing on the guideway. This guideway which I am showing, this guideway, this system, this setup has to be completely, this complete set has to sit on the x-axis area. So this carriage which we have fixed in the x-axis assembly, this carriage, this part I am showing in my mouse, this part has to host the complete extruder set. So onto this extruder set, we have to fit the part like this. So this complete holding, carriageway holding, and everything, the load being taken. So this complete setup of the extruder will be going and sitting on the carriage. Once this carriage is fitted with our regular screws only, it is not a big deal. But while we are placing the motor, while we are placing the motor, because the motor will be, this is the raw material inside which is going. Here you will be having like this, the pulley will be pushing the material. Once your material is coming like this, the material will be pushed like this. Once the material will be pushed inside, and material will be coming down. So thus material which is coming down in a line, like from the nozzle, once the material is going down, that system should not be having high full tensioning system, or it should not be a loose system. So the precision matters at that point of the time, where your material has to go exactly, and the flow rate concept comes into play, where the flow of material has to be controlled at a particular level. So there your material will be pushed by the extruder motor using our internal repetitor host or any of the 3D printer slicer engine, which we will be using for our operation, for our slicing operation purposes. So if you see in this assembly, where the material is inserting or where the material is pushing, you see from here it is coming in. There will be a small hole. There will be a small hole where your material will be inserted, and a small gear and then the big gear both pushes it into the nozzle set. This nozzle set, you will be reaching that particular material. And this, how we get the power to it? A resistor. A resistor is like what? Electrical pulse will be generated, and then due to the electric pulse, and then once this induction happens, the heat increases, and then the temperature of that particular hot end increases gradually. As the raw material which we use in our 3D printing is a thermosetting, that thermosetting goes and touches that particular area, and then the material liquefies, and then it comes out of the nozzle slowly, as shown in the figure. It will be complete from this area. It comes down, heated into a liquid stage. Liquid stage will be coming down due to the pressure and gravity, comes out of the nozzle, and then it will be layering on the build plate as per our design, whatever we have given in the ANSYS, CATIA or ProE or any other softwares. And that particular software will be as per the dimensions or as per our regular inputs which we have given at the slicer level. Okay. Next. So whatever we are talking right now was completely about the mechanical assembly. Complete mechanical assembly was discussed. All mechanical parts were assembled sequence by sequence, and certain parts from the market can be got and can be assembled sequential way. And there is one more important part, because only hardware doesn't do anything. There should be some motherboard or a mother system which can control all these electronic parts and also all these mechanical parts. So in this sequence, electronics and wiring, one of the important line item, which we line item in the sense the complete system will be controlled by the electronics. So I am not getting into deep of electronics, but you have to know which slot is for which particular part. That's what I am not stressing anything on this. If you see the red color, blue color and green color parts in the motherboard of Adreno 2650 motherboard, Atmega 2650 motherboard, you will be having these slots for each extruder, slot for each x-axis, slot for each y-axis, slot for each z-axis. So these axes and also these axes need to be connected to the respective motors. If it is an X motor, that X motor should be connected to the red area of that particular inputs and outputs to be given, and y-axis inputs and output wires should be pinned in, and then that sequence, that connections should be done in, and also those connections should be in the plus minus polarity. You should not give negative like that. When you go for plus, it will move in the positive direction, and if you go for this moves to Z direction. So while we are manufacturing, you should be very clear with the polarity. Wherever we are giving the correct polarity, positive or negative. So from the motor wire, this motor wire goes to the motherboard, and that motherboard give the pulses to the system. So in this system, this complete system which we are discussing, the XYZ connections, just to have a diagram on which point which we have to do. So extruder, here I am showing one extra extruder, that is extruder 2, because in 3D printers we will be having dual extruder printers also. So in this dual extruder, just to ignore the extruder 2, you can see the motherboard panel where we connect this complete system for X, Y, Z and extruder motor. Apart from that, there is one more thing which we should be in our mind is heated bed plate. This bed plate also should be connected to the motherboard. So X-axis, Y-axis, Z-axis motor, extruder motor, and next important one is heated bed also to be connected to the motherboard. So this is very simple diagram where we connected to that point. That's it. Only polarity we have to check. After you connect the correct polarity, this complete circuit will become active. The complete system will be giving an active position. So whatever we have connected, it has to be given to the power source. So we connect it to the power source, which is shown in the screen to the left side below corner. Just a diagram to have a view on it. Okay. See, you have connected the we have connected the X motor, Y motor, Z motor, and also you have connected X motor, we have connected Y motor, we have connected Z motor, we have connected, and also we have connected our complete this heated bed and everything. What about if I connect motor is rotating continuously and nobody can't stop this motor? How can we do that? There should be one stopper which is called as end stopper. End stopper is the component which gives a pulse or which gives a signal to the motherboard to stop at that particular point. See, here it is going up to this point, and then if you see the motherboard there will be a small stopper here. I don't know how much it is visible. I'll try to give you maximum. Okay, this is the one which will be this motor is going like this, and then it is stopping here. Why it is stopping? Who is stopping it? This motor is asking it to stop. This is maybe a controller stop, but then maybe a stop. There is a machine stop because motor will be rotating continuously. It doesn't know where to stop or where to end. There will be an end stopper. End stopper main role is to stop the printer in that axis to up to a stage. So end stopper connections are also important in the motherboard. And motherboard, in the top right side corner, you will be having end stopper of X, end stopper of Y, end stopper of Z. So these three stoppers will be there, which will be stopping X axis, Y axis, Z axis. So these axes will also be connected to the end stoppers. So these are the end stopping wiring. Anyhow, there is no need of much thinking about it, but we have to have an idea about the complete wiring what we are doing in the system. Okay, next is motors. Anyhow, I told you motherboard motors will be connected to the wiring diagram like this. You can see, and you have one more in the extruder part. In extruder in extruder, there is one fan which cools the system. That fan also to be connected to the motherboard. So the wiring has to be given at that particular point which you are seeing on the screen, a red color point where the extruder fan will be connected, and that fan will be operated as per our slicing sequence, and then the temperature sequence as per our G code which is generated. Fine. So next one is power supply. Power supply is positive, negative, simple thing. as I told you. Okay. So I've discussed about the complete components of 3D printer from x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. I have connected to the motion systems and everything, electronics, motherboard systems, and then nozzle set we have manufactured from the starting of the discussion. So simple thing, everything whatever you are seeing is the complete hardware assembly which we have done. But always remember, there should be the sequence like this. So before this, I'll just show you a time-lapse video, which is available in Glance for you, just a time-lapse video to understand all these parts which I have discussed are fitted. Here we have wooden frame, previously in our system it is aluminum frame. That is the only difference which we have. Same thing what I have done, same sequence this guy is doing. On the same sequence, it is he's fitting the, now he is fitting the y-axis, complete y-axis. Now he is fitting the y-axis frame. That frame is given the complete distance and everything is fitted on the frame, and then he starts. This is heated, but he is fitting on the y-axis. Wiring system he is fitting it. Frame he is setting it up. Now he's putting the x-axis carriage assembly, fitting the carriage, z-axis carriages, couplers, carriage for the x-axis, z-axis, both he's fitting up. Now he has fixed this x-axis and also z-axis he has fitted up. He is fixing the belts for the motion. Now he is fixing the complete extruder set.
Rakesh sir, I think your voice is not audible. I think you are in muted.
Now,
Ah, okay, now okay.
okay. How much time it was?
This is 3:45.
No, no. It was my mute was there from long
Only for few seconds.
few seconds. Sorry. Okay. So whatever the 3D printer softwares you have like Chloe, CATIA, ANSYS, you save the file in .stl format, and then that STL format, you will be working, but that is software. This is hardware. How to integrate these two? That is a challenge which we have in our complete process of 3D printer. So here the firmware is the one which will be making you understand of software which you have designed. That designed file will be connecting to the hardware to work upon it. There is a middle language or a firmware is which will be transferring your software G code into the hardware, and it is asking it to print. How come it knows that it has to print that particular job? Means this firmware which will be making you to understand which will be taking the G code as an input. From the G code as an input, the hardware will be understanding that particular software G code, and then it will be printing. So as I told you, there's a simple process which will be following in all the 3D printers is 3D CAD model, STL file, slicing software, and finally the layers and then path. See, this is STL file. Up to this, you have the software. Slicing path and tool path, this is generated by the slicing engine. This slicing path, while generating, it produces a code called G code. This G code is the one which will be understood, and this there is a mediator which will be doing this transformation of G code which is generated in the software to the complete machine. How it works and how it does. So right now there are so many firmwares. So in this, I'm just giving a brief information. As a part of the DIY printer, you should have a knowledge about it. That's why I'm just giving you. I'll finish off the session in another 5 minutes, and then we can have the questions on the topic which I have discussed. Even other topics also, I'm ready to answer any of the topics, because I am into this field from last different years. So, okay, firmware, I'm talking about Marlin. What is this Marlin software? This just converts our G code into the movements of the motor. That's it. You have seen X-axis motor, Y-axis motor, Z-axis motor, right? That X-axis, Y-axis motors control, just it will go and stand there. Extruder motor pushes the material. That's it. So the pulses and the movement of the motor is controlled by this firmware only. Just a G code, once it takes into the software, Marlin directly connected to the Marlin, whatever it is, taking it from the SD card or software, the G code will be copied from the SD card. That will be converted into a pulses. What is this pulses? How does this Marlin software works? Marlin firmware works, sorry. So firmware works. So we have a motor. Motor will be rotating in 180 degrees. So, and that 180 degrees will be, it will be converted as a pulses actually. If you see the Marlin language, the control language of Marlin is derivative of G code. G code commands tell a machine to do a simple thing like set heater 1 to 180 degrees centigrade or move to XY at speed of F. So motor, if X-axis motor moves, then it will move with a speed and go and stand that particular point. That particular sequence, the print model with Marlin is just a simple a command. How it works is, Just see here. Marlin receives movement command. It adds them to a movement queue to be executed in the order received. See movement, and it has a process called stepper interrupt. This is a stepper interrupt process, which will be moving, making the nozzle or X or Y axis, Z axis move from one point to another point and one point to another point like this. So there will be a sequence of events happening. So like this, you will be having the pulses generated per second, means 80 steps per mm, 50 mm per second, or 4000 steps per second. Like this, the pulses will be generated. That pulses will reach to the motor, and that motor will go and stand at the particular thing. We don't need to get into deep of this, but just as a knowledge sake, I'm telling, Marlin is the one which controls your complete system and which transforms your G code into the machine process. So Marlin is the one which controls the complete machinery system. Like in that we have sensors, we have heaters, we have X-axis, we have Y-axis motor, we have Z-axis motor, and also we have fan in it. So these all controller events and everything, whatever it is having, it will be trying to show you back to the user, and means it will show what is happening inside, which layer is completed, which layer to be completed, which layer going to be completed, how much print is completed, still how much print is left out. So this Marlin is the one which is the interface which works between the G code and then the hardware. So today my session is done. So thank you everyone. A special thanks to Jaiprakash sir and Yogesh sir. Yogesh, I believe, is a coordinator sir. So thanks very much for giving an opportunity to give this, and I want to take questions from all the participants, whoever wants to ask.
First of all, thank you, sir. Thank you for this wonderful lecture. And Pankaj sir is the name for the coordinator.
Sorry, Pankaj, sorry sir.
Yeah. So now we will be taking few questions. As we can see here in the chat box, someone have few questions. Like Mr. Jaydeep is asking, sir, can you share an available video of assembling these all parts to build a 3D printer? It will be for better understanding.
Yes, this 3D printer, Prusa Mendel Kit is the company. I'll try to share you the website name to you. Prusa Mendel Kit.
Okay, so in the sequence of his question, he's again asking, can you suggest some websites from where we can purchase all the spare parts which are being used in assembling this printer?
Yes, I can show you. These parts, I will try to give you the link also. There is a company in Mumbai which is supplying the same parts for the Prusa also. I'll try to share you that complete company list also to you, and you can share to the participants.
Okay, adding to his question, I would like to ask what will be the total cost in preparing or assembling this printer, sir?
See, everything, parts and everything will cost you around 17 to 18,000 max. Electronics and everything.
Okay, fine. Now, one person is Mr. NP Vevahare. He's asking, sir, please tell me, he has written some code. In his code, the machine has showing an error, system halted. And also I see extruder will not pushing the material. Kindly suggest me the solution. I did changes in Marlin firmware as per my designs with M8 rods. Sir, if I am able to explain your question, then that is fine, or else you can unmute and discuss directly with the speaker.
Where is that code? Where I did not understand. Where is that code? I did not see that code in chat box.
I think he has sent that to my personal chat box.
Okay. I can ask the participant to unmute it, and you can share that code to me. I can just see at a glance. If I can.
Nikhil sir, are you there? So you can unmute and discuss your issue.
I think he is not present here.
Yeah, he's present. I can see he's unmuted also, but he's not speaking. Nikhil sir, Mr. Nikhil P. Vyavahare, please speak.
Hello, it is audible.
Now, yes, yes,
Yes,
it's
yes,
audible.
Mr. Nikhil.
Hello, it is audible, sir.
Yes, yes, Mr. Nikhil. Please tell your question. What is the issue you are facing?
Sir, actually, I have designed my own system as per my design concept, and the Merlin software I have also been updated as per the requirement. But as we know that there is a in between the Proton interface is their software. Yeah. So actually, that showing me when it is being started, the system going to halt. It will show the error system halted. And
Some
when I
halter or halted, right?
halt. The
Okay.
system got halt. And when I personally check the machine control to each of one motor, it will working fine. So I'm not getting the where is my problem of machine is there.
Machine halted error will be coming in two things, sir. First and foremost, when your firmware and your hardware like motors or sensors are not of the same sequence or same version, which I can talk about. If your
Okay.
same versions are not there, machine will be halted. That is the error which we normally face. That's why what we do is we go with the previous versions of Marlin.
So can you suggest me which version I have should use? Marlin version?
Which version right now you are using? Maybe a year-old version you can try.
Three. I'm using 3.
2.6 also was there. 2.6 you can try because it was successful. To the 2.6 we were using with NEMA motors and all sequences were accepting.
NEMA 17. So one was a problem also I discovered that my the external interfacing board with my Arduino is like it don't have any extruder fan connection. So actually I was trying to connect over there. That was also one of the problem. Maybe because of that it is
What
going
motherboard
to.
you are using right now?
What, pardon, sir?
Which motherboard you are using?
Arduino 2560 mega board. And
In that mega board, if it is 2650 board, sir, whatever I have shown in my PPT, all connections are there. Maybe you have taken some upgraded version where your small pin will be existing, where your motor itself will be having the capacity to cool down that particular fan also.
maybe I will recheck it that one.
Okay.
Maybe I will search out what is the way out over there, because in earlier design I have not added end stop button. Then I have added end stop button over there. So that was the missing. Maybe because of that, the machine may not going to
See,
properly work.
motherboard will be getting activated only if you have end stopper, and also if you have your motor connections correctly.
Okay, I will try.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Nikhil. Next question.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, sir. This is Jadip. Sir, first of all, thanks for presenting such topic. This presentation would be more interesting if it would be offline. It would be better for us. And sir, in my question is, sir, can you suggest any training center where anyone can get trained for assembling the such type of printer, different type of printer available in market? So any training center? interest.
Jaydeep, there
Where
is
any
no need
student?
of a training person to sit and discuss this thing, because a lot
Okay,
of
sir.
videos are available, step-by-step procedure. You yourself, a batch of regularly, I make people to work on this machine, this assembly. No, eight students sequentially. They will just get their parts and then they sit and do it. By seeing the videos, we can do it. Not much. Only doing perpendicularity and then the hardware to software connections. These two are only the
Okay.
issues they face. There are certain
Okay, sir.
videos which will help you out. Only they do is polarity issues. They don't know wiring sequence, plus or minus where they have to connect. They do minus and they
Okay.
do plus. That's why this previously Mr. Nikhil has also asked the question. Same
Okay,
that
sir.
issues also comes because you don't give that sequence. But no training is as such required. You can go with the videos, tutorials available in the industry. You can easily do it. There are no official. I never seen any company doing this.
Okay, sir. Okay, okay. So it
Okay.
will be very easy for us, sir, if you can give us a recorded video while assembling the printer. Actually, I was interested to assemble a printer as you.
In my last sequence, I have shown one time lapse, but there is one more video which is actual, not time lapse. Other video is there. I'll try to show you that video, send you that
Okay, sir.
link.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, Jaydeep, thank you. Next, any questions?
So any other participants, if you have any question, you please ask.
Any chat box questions are there?
Uh, those who were in the chat box, we have already addressed it. So I think now we have none of the participants is asking any question. So that's all. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for taking out your valuable time and giving this valuable talk. I am also feeling like if it will be some offline, so it will be better experience. Yeah, but anyhow, this is very
When Pankaj sir has asked about this topic, I was telling the same. This topic he has asked me. I told him, sir, it's very, very dry topic. People, I try to get this printer and try to show as much as I can.
yes.
But physically, anyhow, the people will enjoy more.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So
But it was the nice session, and participant even also they all of her enjoyed the session, sir. It was a nice session, sir.
Great, great. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Pankaj sir. Sorry, I remembered you as Yogesh Pankaj. That's why I
No,
was
no
telling
issue is there.
Okay.
Sometimes it happens, sir.
Oh, yeah.
No issues.
So it was a busy day actually. You preponed my session. I'm having 4 sessions today.
Actually, suddenly, sir, some speaker having some
understood.
other meeting issue, so he told just try
Understood. Now I have another 2 sessions right now. Okay.
to. Okay.
Thank you, Pankaj sir,
Okay, sir.
for inviting me, and also Samay sir joined the session or he's busy.
Samay sir joined, but he left. He was there for around 30-40 minutes. He was there.
No problem, sir. No problem. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much for
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
session invitation.
Okay, sir. We will contact you later after just finishing this workshop. Na? I will
Yeah.
touch you. Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Pankaj sir. Thank you, Jay Prakash. Right.
thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm leaving the session.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Okay, sir. So, dear participant, I am sending the chat box here feedback link for the chat box. You can give the feedback, and WhatsApp also I am just posting. So, shall we close the session?
Yes, sir.
So
We can
tomorrow again 10 o'clock we will join the Zoom meeting, and we will start with the wonderful session from the industry person tomorrow also.
Okay.
And that will be fully, they will be discussing on the entrepreneurship opportunity in 3D printing. So now we are closing session. Thank you everyone. So tomorrow we'll join at 10 o'clock.